Good morning. My name is Tom. I come to you from the great state of Maine. Get yourself a cup of coffee this morning. Today's video, we're going to talk about what does a Maine woodsman do during the off season. What do I mean by off season? Well, there's no snow. There's no ice. Here we are, we're on January 3rd, 2024. I had big plans for January 3rd, 2024. So far, I've got to put all that on a back burner. So that puts us into what does a woodsman do during the off season? Well, he plans for the future, number one. Crazy times in the country, crazy times in the state. I won't get into that, but holy smokes. What the haters won't do, I guess. But anyways, I got a project here. Looking ahead to the future, like I said, you know, you can see the handwriting on the wall. Every year I get a little older. Well, this year I'm getting a little older than I was last year. So there's a YouTuber that I have followed since the beginning of my channel. And when we have a live stream, you see he chimes in. His name is Paul. It's Lost Creek something. Sorry, Paul. I will fix it right here, Paul. I just can't remember the name of your channel. He doesn't upload as much as he used to because he's so far off the grid now that his internet connection is spotty at best. So, Paul, I miss communicating with you on a regular basis, but I'm going back to you because you trucked in a wood splitter at your cabin to help with the chores of splitting the firewood. Well, that's what I've done, but I think yours might have been a little better quality than mine. Mine I picked up, it was a project wood splitter. So I was thinking, when I went to pick it up, the guy was in the driveway splitting firewood with it. And I'll take a picture of it so you can see. I jumped out of the truck and I kind of chuckled at him. I says, I can't believe you got that thing running. Yeah, he wanted, well, I had messaged him in a text. I said, I'm just not sure if anything works on it. And what I was talking about was the hydraulic pump, the hydraulic ram. I was totally expecting to replace the motor because that's easy to do, and I just wanted a good dependable motor that will start every time. So, you know, it come with an 8-horse motor. He did get it running. It wasn't running great, but he did get it running. I brought it here 3 days ago. I stripped the carburetor off it. I cleaned the carburetor, and I got it to run quite nicely. But I'm still going to replace it because it is an old motor. But I'll tell you something. The carburetor on that 8-horse, it's an 8-horse Briggs & Stratton, was so simple to clean. So simple. And here I have a 11-horse that I picked up. Same deal. It came off and I wasn't sure if that ran when I bought it, but it came off a pressure washer. The guy had that for sale for $100, so I took the gamble, bought the motor, and brought that home. Yesterday, I started the motor. It runs fine. So, you know, you just never know when you buy something like that, but I'm not really too awful. As long as it turns over, it's got oil in it, it's got spark. 9 times out of 10, I can get the thing running within a few minutes. And that's what I did with that. It had spark, it had everything. I just needed to get the gasoline into the carburetor and into the motor, and then she took right off. So this motor's going on this wood splitter. So looking ahead to the future is what this video is, looking ahead to the future. Like you guys, I have guys that leave comments. I'm planning on having a cabin. I'd love to have a cabin someday. I'm no different than you guys. I make plans for the future. I make dreams. This is one of them. I figured I would split wood by hand until I got too old to split it. But on the other token, no sense in waiting until the last minute. So I purchased this thing for a very good price. So now I'm in the process of basically not really rebuilding it as much as just swapping out the engines. But my first problem, and that's why I set this camera up, there's an Allen screw. There's a little piece that connects the motor to the hydraulic pump. And there's an Allen screw that screws down onto the keyway that's in the shaft. Well, I couldn't turn that thing to save my neck 2 days ago. So, and I was out of WD-40. I got another blaster there that works really good, penetrating oil. My cans was empty, so I really couldn't do anything with it a couple days ago. So I've got 2 new cans of WD-40 and some blaster. So I went to Harbor Freight yesterday, and this is blaster, penetrating oil. It also leaves oil. It's not like WD-40 where it's just breaks rust free. This leaves a little oil behind, so that's really good. And then I got a big can of WD-40 to keep me in. Now it's an Allen wrench, but you can't really get a whole lot of torque on that Allen wrench before you twist it. And most of the time break it right off. And I'll probably, who knows, I don't know how much torque that thing's gonna take, but I got an Allen wrench set here that goes into a 3/8 ratchet, so I'm hoping that'll give me a little bit more bite on that Allen head. And there's a couple of things I can do, and that's kind of like why I wanted to bring you in here. One of the things I can do, I'm gonna try it now. I sprayed that with this yesterday. It's been setting for about 18 hours, 20 hours, I guess, with this on it. So I'm going to try to break it free just the way it sets. But if that doesn't work, I can get a torch and you heat up on the outside of that Allen. Or if it was a stuck bolt, or if you had a stuck nut or something like that. You don't heat up the Allen head itself because that'll make it expand. But if you heat up around the outside of the circle that Allen head is in, it'll help to expand the metal around it, and then sometimes that'll break the rust free also. I'd like to save the part if I can. I don't want to have to go buy it. I can get it at Tractor Supply, and it's not a lot of money, but I want to just swap this motor out and be done. I have everything here to swap the motor out, short of chasing that down if I can't save it. So enough of that. You guys have some coffee with me. We're gonna rebuild a wood splitter in our off season. There goes a plow truck with a sander on the back. He's not making much money this year. January 3rd and not a flake of snow anywhere. All right, so here is the little coupler. This is the motor. This is the shaft. That's the keyway. This is a coupler. This is a hydraulic pump, and this is just a bunch of teeth on each side, so you can just pull that motor right off. And there's the Allen. There's the Allen thing right there. So let's see if it'll cooperate even a little bit. And I sprayed that, like I said, the other day. So if it would just pop free, that would be really nice. Ha! Look at that. That thing wouldn't even turn the other day. Sweet. Now when I put that back in, I will cover it with grease. I will put some Never-Seez on there, and we will grease the death out of that. See, there it is, and that was, I couldn't do anything with that 2 days ago. So sweet, sweet, sweet. Just put it back in so it doesn't, what it does is it snugs up against that keyway in there. So we'll just put it back in so I don't lose it. It won't be snugged up. And now I can unbolt this motor. And that's basically all it is. I'll put a shim in it. My new motor, the shaft is a little bit lower, so I'll need to put a shim under the motor to get the right height. But now we just gotta get greasy and dirty and unbolt that motor. This thing is headed to camp as soon as it's better. So I'll see you guys next week, and you guys have a great day. I'm going to take the camera now and show you my wood splitter and work on changing out the motor.